What's up, y'all? This is Henny. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite pieces of gear. And what piece of gear is that? It's the microphone. Not just any microphone. The HYPEMIC from APOGEE. I want to take a deep dive in this, show y'all exactly why I've been using this for the past couple of months and all the ways that you can use it and how it is one of my favorite go-to microphones, if not my favorite go-to microphone for all my iOS needs. For my iPhone, iPad applications, to doing music, to doing things like this, you'll be able to get pristine audio quality from a mic that is hyped up. Don't know why I said it like that, but y'all know what it is. We're gonna deep dive right into this thing. I'm gonna show you exactly what's going on in my review of the HYPEMIC from APOGEE right now. Let's go!
The business.
So let's see what we got in the box. Right here, nice size from APOGEE. Boom. Make music. Sound amazing. Now, APOGEE makes some amazing products, right? From the digital to analog conversions and all the different peripherals. I've used everything from the Duet, the APOGEE One, the APOGEE Ensemble, the APOGEE Quartet. All of those are great interfaces to be able to do music mobily in a great way, and even just professionally. I've been using APOGEE products for years. Man, I've had so many APOGEE products over the years. I promise you, their quality is all the way up there. If you are not hip, get into it with the good folks from APOGEE. This is their latest mic. It's the HYPEMIC. It's the USB microphone with studio quality compression. And for those of you who don't know anything about why I would need a mic with compression built in, now, what they're saying is it's this one mic to rule them all. You know what I mean? We're going to put it to the test, right? We're going to do what we got to do. But if you're a musician, if you're somebody who's a vocalist, if you're somebody who, plays guitar, if you're somebody who plays acoustic piano, all of these things will go well with something like this on the go, being able to do it in such a great quality. And taking APOGEE's knowledge and compression, built with the way that they do digital to analog conversion, you'll see just why this thing is amazing. Let me put the box down and let's get going. So automatically you see that this thing comes ready to go, ready to take anywhere with you. Just throw this thing in a bag and you're ready to go. You know I love that type of vibe. So if I open this up, you'll see it has everything you need to get the best audio that you could possibly want in a mobile platform. Open this up, you see it comes with the mic itself. Boom, and nice in a champagne color. We're gonna go over the buttons in a second. And what's really good about this is even if you have this and you don't maybe have a your own interface, it has a headphone jack built in to be able to monitor audio. And so you'll be able to use this as a mic, but you'll also be able to use this as an interface. So that's very clutch, I'm trying to tell you. Comes with a nice ball head to be able to mount it any way that you possibly need to mount it. And it also comes with a really good mini tripod right there. Put it right there on the desk. You build it up any way you need. I'm trying to tell you, baby. But let's look at the other side. It comes with a custom-made pop filter that works extremely well for cutting out those plosives, those P's. And the fact that they put this in the kit, it just makes everything so much better when you're trying to get a professional sound. Then your different cables. You have USB Type-C to USB for your iPad Pros. You have micro to USB Type-C for hooking that up to your iPad Pros or hooking that up to your newer MacBook Pros. You got that. You have you have micro USB to regular USB, and that'll hook up to basically anything if you have an adapter or an older laptop. And you also have your micro to lightning cable connector, so you can hook it up to all your iOS devices like I've been doing. Now let's build this up and let me show you how this thing works. You got your tripod, ball head with the pop filter in the middle. I'll take this. Now let's hook this thing up. So now I have this hooked up. I have it hooked up to my iPad Mini 5, and this is how I've been using it in the studio since the iPad Mini 5 is so flexible, so mobile, and it can easily do not only the iPhone apps that I have, but also my iPad apps. and I have this thing hooked up directly to it. So let me break down exactly what can be done on the mic itself. So if I move that out the way, you can see you have a scroll wheel here, and you have that has a knob, and then you have, a way to blend the audio. So I have this hooked up via micro USB, and I also have my headphones in on here. And what happens is, depending on what type of compression or what type of blend, you can get this thing set up exactly how you need it. First you want to do is adjust the scroll wheel to get your level, right? You scroll it this way, clockwise, counterclockwise, to get the amount of level that you need for your instrument, for your voice, whatever you're doing. You want to make sure it doesn't go all the way red, because of course you're going to see it clipping, and you never want digital clipping in the red. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. But what's the magic of the Hype mic is the ability to add compression directly in from the microphone. So if I was to press this once, it's going to go into its easy, subtle compression, which I love. I usually keep it on this setting, the first setting. It's not too much compression, but it's a little bit to give it a little bit more punch, a little bit more full volume than just a normal mic without any settings. If I was to hit this again, it's going to smash that compression even more. And so if I was using this maybe on, some type of drums and I need even more compression, you can have it twice, but you can also have it all the way. Like you're going to start to, it almost sounds like radio, like broadcast radio. If you want that sound, sometimes maybe you want that sound for maybe podcasting or whatever, you could have it all the way up on the third level of compression. But if you hit it a fourth time, it'll take the compression all the way out. But also there's a blending mode. So if you have your headphones plugged into this, there's a few different ways that it can blend the audio coming in and the audio that you hear coming out to these headphones or to the speakers or whatever. Most likely it'd be headphones. But the first one is a normal blend where you hear mostly what's coming in from the microphone and you don't hear what's coming out of it. And the more you press towards going to the right, these blue LED lights, you'll start to hear more of the mixed sound between what my voice is sounding naturally coming out of my mouth and what I hear coming back into the headphones. You can go where you go all the way to the right, and now all I hear is the processed sound of my voice coming through the mic, which I don't like. But if you're recording some, vocalists and they want to be able to just hear themselves and not hear so much of what's coming back into the program, you would just basically keep it on that first dot there. And so that's how we have this set up. And let's move into exactly what this sounds like right here before we go to the studio. Let me get these levels together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Puh, puh, puh. All right. So now all right. The levels are a little too hot. We're going to bring that down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And, to adjust the volume on your headphones coming out, I basically just still use the rocker on my iPad. There's not a specific way to change the volume from these headphones directly on the mic itself. One of the things I wish it had. But let's go into exactly what this sounds like. So right now what you're hearing is the APOGEE mic plugged directly into my iPad Mini 5 with absolutely no compression. What I'm going to do now is hit that first button so that you can hear it with the subtle compression and see the difference. Right now what you're hearing is the APOGEE mic plugged into my iPad Mini 5 with the first round of compression. And so now you can hear it's a little bit bolder. It's a little bit more in your face. And I love this setting. It makes things sound, it just makes your voice pop. It makes vocals pop. It makes a lot of things come to life even more than just your normal setting. So that's what you have here. Let me press it again and get you even more compression into that so you can hear what that sounds. And now you're listening to the APOGEE Hype mic plugged directly into my iPad Mini 5 in its second compression mode. Now you can hear it starting to compress more. You can start to hear it feel almost too much in your face, or maybe you can feel like my voice is coming closer to the mic even though I am sitting in the same spot. And so, if you're using this, maybe you're using this for your podcast, or maybe you're using this for a talk over something like this. If you didn't have a mic set up directly, I have a mic set up right directly over my head. But, something like this is where you can actually have some really good audio. It's very good compressed, and there's probably not a whole lot you're going to have to do after you bring it into something like LumaFusion. Yeah, as we bring it all together, you'll see it's a great way for you to be able to capture your audio directly to something like an iPhone or an iOS device. Now let's go to that third broadcast type setting. And now what you're listening to is the APOGEE HYPEMIC plugged directly into my iPad Mini 5 on this third compression setting. And you can tell right away that it's very boomy. It's very right in your face. And to some, it could be pleasing. To others, it might be a lot. To me, it's a lot of compression, and I would never need this much in my normal daily deeds. So I like the fact that it has the ability to do this. And if there's, a little bit more broadcast sound and something that I would talk about like this, I don't know why I said I don't know why I said it like that, but that's probably why you would use this setting. But it's a lot of compression, and you can hear that it's doing a lot to really try to bring my voice closer to the mic. And yeah, that's what this sounds like. So now we're going to turn it completely off, and you can hear the difference all the way through. And now we're listening to the APOGEE HYPEMIC plugged directly into my iPad Mini 5 with no compression at all again. So now what I want to do is take you into the studio, show you different ways that I can use this mic and for vocals, different ways that we can use this mic for, piano or guitar, maybe even drums, maybe even just, doing random percussions, and be able to use this mic musically for your iPads and iOS needs. Let's do that now. So now we're back here at the studio, man, and I want to at least give you some ideas on how you can use this in a studio environment when you're on the go or if you're in the studio. First thing we're going to do, plug this thing up to the upright, see exactly what type of sounds we can get from the piano going live using the HYPEMIC. Let's set that up. Just something, right? Let's see what that sounds like. So we're back here at the studio. I wanted to show y'all a few more ways that you can use this APOGEE HYPEMIC. Got my man Will Gittins in here. We're about to do a little guitar, a little vocal, show you at least a few more ways how we can get it going, and show you exactly how you can take this HYPEMIC into different environments and get the quality that you need. Let's do this.
Baby, how we end up here, went from love to hate in less than a year. Where do we go from here? Should we call this off? 'Cause I can't see that clear. Yeah, I hate when you get angry, 'cause you say things that you don't mean. Back in with no good for nothing. I'm always to blame for all the things I didn't do.
So now that we're back here, I can show you the difference between what this mic sounds like versus something like the mic that I've been using for the last year, this Deity S-Mic Pro. So this is what I sound like when I'm using the HYPEMIC, and this is what I sound like using my directional mic. Know that you might be able to try to figure out, what types of mic you might need for your use cases. But for something like this to be on the go, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're in a hotel room, you want to do videos like this, but you didn't bring your mic set up. This is a great mic to be able to take with you on the go and when you're doing YouTube videos like this. And it still looks cool as well. So I wanted to be clear. I've been using this for a while. I've been testing it out, and I appreciate APOGEE for allowing me to, see exactly what this thing can do. And so for all those looking for a mic that can do vocals, that can do instruments, that can do things like podcasting and doing, talking head videos on YouTube and have everything be compatible with, your iOS systems, there's not much better that you can get with this type of mic. Now, it does retail for $349, and that by no means is cheap. But like I said before, when it comes to products, I want to recommend those that will last over time, that will give you the most versatility so that you might not have to buy the products over and over again to get what you need. And that APOGEE mic with this built-in compression and the built-in headphone adapter gives you a lot for the money. It gives you the ability to, get the vocals, get the audio that you need, as well as being able to monitor it as well. And you're getting the quality that's right up there with some of the top of the line mics that you can buy that are probably 2 to 3 times more expensive. I mean, what more can I say? I mean, we've been listening to how my voice sounds on this video for the last, I don't know however long. Does it sound as good to you as it sounds to me? I just want to let y'all know that this thing does work, and it's worth the price. And I bought multiple APOGEE products, and I'm telling you, this thing is dope. This thing is worth it for those needs. Now, if you don't need all of that, if you're not doing, music and you're not doing vocals, if you're not doing, multiple things like maybe guitar or, you don't have that need to be as mobile, there are cheaper options for you to be able to get, mics and things of that need to be able to get the audio that you want from an iOS device. Take, for instance, something like the Shure MV88. I've talked about this for years. Now, this thing is awesome. It's very small. It can fit in your pocket. And I've been using this to plug in to my iPhone, to, even my iPad mini to be able to capture sound. And this thing sounds great as well, but it's not as versatile. And I would not necessarily use this for main vocals in a session to be able to do, professional audio recording when it comes to making music. But I would use this to capture background sounds, capture audio, and to, record the room or record nature, or record what's going on outside. I've used this for years, and this thing has been built. This thing is great. This thing is only $140. But as far as it, compares to something like the APOGEE mic, it's just not as, it's just not going to give you as much versatility. And to be able to have this compression built in, you're just not going to get that type of sound from other devices. So that's the APOGEE Hype mic. That's what I wanted to show you. I showed you a little bit what's going on in the studio. I showed you a little bit what's going on here. And I wanted to at least allow y'all to understand the different types of devices that you can hook up to these, iPads, to these iPhones, to be able to get you on your mobile way. You know what I'm talking about. But listen, at the end of the day, all these products are dope. But the main thing is just to get your ideas, get your creativity out to the world. Whether it's through music, whether it's something like this through YouTube, you can just have an iPhone by itself, no extra mics, no extra anything, and still get the job done when it comes to building your brand. So don't think that you need all of these things to make everything work for you. You just got to start. You just got to make sure that you have it in your head, that you have a vision for what it is that you want to do, and you just go. And then over time, you'll start to see what you're missing, what you're lacking, what you need more of, and you'll start to invest. And I truly, honestly believe that, invest in yourself more than you invest in anything else. Invest in yourself, invest in your brand, invest in the things that you want to do to become more successful in whatever things that you're doing. And that's why I invest in the products I invest in. They're the things that get the job done for me. And what's good for me might not be what's good for you. Y'all know what it is. And thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. And I'm out!